Okay, we're here with Marc Cooper, who is one of the main people behind Off the Bus, and I was hoping you could tell me, what have you learned from Off the Bus first?
I've learned that as Jay Rosen said a couple of years ago, that this divide between bloggers and journalism is a phony divide. But it doesn't mean that they're the same thing. It means that the future, I believe, resides in some fusion of the two. And what we're learning at Off the Bus is that citizen journalism is a great idea, not so easy to do. Journalists have their problems, but they have a lot of skills. And the challenge for us is, how do you combine the best of the legacy media with the new media? And it's not easy.
Okay, so two questions that follow up, because a lot goes through my mind.
Yeah.
The first one is I don't know if you saw Richard Sandbrook's conversation yesterday, but he talked about 4 different types of citizen journalism, and one of them that he got to at the end was network journalism, which I think is more powerful than just sort of a singular citizen journalist. And I know, at least from Amanda, that's very much at the heart of what she sort of appreciates.
Yeah.
So what's next? You said citizen journalism is very hard.
Yes.
How do you guys push the boundaries?
I think the most interesting part is, in fact, network journalism or distributed journalism or posse journalism, in its different variations. And I was arguing yesterday in a different forum that I'm surprised that more mainstream media hasn't already adopted this model. A, because it's more powerful for them, and B, it's also more economic. But to me, that is the most exciting stuff. But what you learn about that, though, is that's where the fusion really takes place, because you need the citizenry, if you will. You need the non-professionals to be out there as your posse, right? Who's going out and rounding up that information for you, processing information. But my old world view of it is that when that comes in, you need people who have a different set of skills. Perhaps they emerge from the citizens group themselves, but you need people with editorial skills who know how to take that information, mold it, shape it, etc., and turn it into stories or accessible information. There's exceptions to that where you don't need that last step, but I think that last step adds a lot more value to it.
Okay, so last question related. Now let's take that and put it specifically for Off the Bus.
Okay.
What's next for Off the Bus to try and capture that?
Well, that's easy. We're going to do more of that. We've been doing two things. We've been doing that, and we've also been doing kind of cultivating of individual voices, right? Which is kind of advanced blogging, if you will, or citizen reporting. And we're going to continue to do that, but we're going to shift our emphasis more to the distributive work, because we think that's more we think that's the sharper part of the cutting edge. So that's where we're at.
Cool.